68, a junior, Ethan Taylor. And now, the starters for the Wildcats. On defense, number 2, a sophomore, Richley Luna. Number 11, a junior, A.J. Walker. Number 12, a sophomore, Travis Moore. Number 15, a sophomore, Colby Luna. Number 22, a sophomore, Dayton Bauer. Number 33, a senior, Aaron Rachel. Number 40, a junior, Austin Miller. Number 51, a senior, Carson Hudson. Number 55, a senior, Otto Sharp. Number 70, a junior, Brody Hoffman. And number 84, a sophomore, Paige Garcia. Our coaches tonight, Dan Gideon, assisted by Tim Kimberly, Kyle Hudson, and Cleveland McDonald. Go, boys, bring it in!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tears Field in beautiful Kellogg, Idaho tonight. We've got football action coming to you live here, courtesy of Wildcats Live. I am Josh McDonald alongside Simon Miller and always our faithful cameraman Ty Cheney.
Ty's the man.
Ty is the man. We have football action, like I said before, between the Grangeville Bulldogs and the home your Kellogg Wildcats. The Bulldogs won the coin toss and have they deferred, and the Wildcats elected to receive, so they will be receiving the opening kickoff here. Mixed bag since our last football. What was it? The last time we did football?
It's been a while, Josh, but it was a playoff game, I think, or a play-in game.
Brutal.
It was brutal. We were coming off some volleyball action that same day, so
it was a little bit of a dismantling by Teton over our Wildcats. Our Wildcats started the season 1-1 this year. Blowout win over Priest River, and then a narrow defeat to Bonners Ferry, both on the road. This is the Wildcats' first home game, and the kick here, nice deep kick. Going to be caught there. I believe that is Colby Luna.
That's some shifty moves. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
there.
Travis Lohr, the sophomore.
Lohr was a little shifty right there.
And Travis Lohr is a return specialist. He has returned a punt for a touchdown this season, as well as several kickoffs to put the Wildcats in good field position. So
anytime, Josh, on special teams, you can have a guy get a few extra yards and not cough the ball up. It's a good thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. This offense under Coach Dan Davidian has been one that a
little bit of a contrast from last year.
A lot more high-powered than what we've seen. We see a run right up the middle, shocking. The Wildcats have thrown the ball, elected to throw the ball a lot more this season than they have. I'm pretty sure that they've thrown the ball more in 2 games this season than I've probably seen them throw it in the
I would agree.
2-3 seasons combined.
I would agree, and I was a little concerned when I saw it raining cats and dogs today.
Yeah.
Like that was going to put a damper on things, but we're good now.
Pass completed to KJ Walker, a little move there, and he's going to get brought down just ahead of the marker here, making it a first down for the Wildcats. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 50. And Grangeville coming in with a same 1-1 record, a win over Post Falls JV, and then last week they got shut out 30-0 by McCall Donnelly. So a little bit of retribution for the Bulldogs as
they're always ready to play, Josh. Grangeville just always brings toughness and discipline. They just do, yeah.
That 2A Central Idaho League is very competitive.
Yeah, it is.
As Ripley Luna rushes ahead on the quarterback keeper.
Josh, I got to be careful with the replays here. We're up tempo here. I don't have time to crank up the replays. I got one in, but I'm not planning on I'm going to have to be strategic here.
And the Wildcats have used a hurry-up offense at their disposal, and right there.
Gosh, look at that throw,
Colby Luna.
What a throw.
My goodness. Colby Luna catching the pass from his brother. Good for another first down.
That's a lateral throw that's got to get there quick, and you've got to catch it. And then he had the mind to run over somebody.
Yeah, the cornerback out there. I'm trying to find a number here. And that was Josh Nichols out there playing coverage on Colby Luna. And the Wildcats have run 4 plays, identical in pattern. The only thing different is the direction. First play, QB draw. Fake handoff.
Little rollout here.
Rolls out and finds KJ Walker. Walker.
Of course, he's been active, though. So, I mean, that's just a matter of planting and going.
And he was wide open there. He slipped as he turned. Otherwise, he had a whole field to work with.
Gosh, it's just chunks, though. They're ripping off chunks. It's just been so long since we've seen something like that. I mean, even with Dan Lucer's offense, they were kind of grindy out. You know, they were just like, you're just going to have to stop us over and over and over.
1st and 10 from the 21. Ripley drops back, fires one out into the flats, and just didn't get it there in time.
Got flushed a little bit, got his feet a little bit happy, just felt a little bit of pressure there, and still wasn't a bad throw, just was off timing.
And that pass was dropped by our mystery man from last year, Skylar Britton. He actually came in and played some really heavy running back minutes for the Wildcats last year successfully. Some very successful
and so back. That we were like, who is this guy?
Yeah. Fade route.
Oh,
Ripley
gosh.
to Colby, and it's a touchdown.
Easy money, Ripley to Colby.
Goodness.
Hello, Luna.
21-yard touchdown pass.
Hello, Luna to Luna.
Yes. We love the Luna to Luna collection or connection. We've
There's a catch. Look at that catch. That's instant replay right there for all of you guys in the Dirty Dog.
The Dirty Dog
watching
replay.
The broadcast. Hello.
What a throw, though.
Wow.
And right there, Kellogg has officially passed for probably more touchdowns at home than they have all year or in the last couple of years.
Word. Ty Cheney, good job on the camera there. That replay was immaculate.
A kick to the moon goes up, would have gone in, but it fell short of the crossbar. High enough.
It was high enough.
It was in the right vicinity. It just didn't go far enough.
It was high enough. We got a 6-0 ball game here. Wildcats take it to the house in their first drive.
What's impressive about that is the Wildcats offense moved fairly effortlessly there.
That looked like a well-orchestrated, maybe even scripted set of plays.
I mean, it was a 7-play drive that culminated in a 21-yard touchdown pass from Ripley Luna to his brother Colby. But anyone who's watched these Wildcats play this year, the side of the ball they really hang their hat on is the defensive side, which, unless Grangeville has some sort of trick offense, and right now 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, they have a few extra guys on the field.
They do. They have a sideline. So what do we got? Let's count. Oh well, we got a little bit of a representation down there. We got guys healing up.
I was told that the Grangeville team actually came up expecting a JV game and brought their whole JV team.
Okay, so well that explains that.
So they have a significant looking numbers
we
advantage.
got Shep with the assist here, the 2 Luna TD. The 2 Luna TD, we'll take it.
Yes.
Oh boy,
and
that was impressive.
You're about to get an exhibition in kicking too, because Brody Hoffman, if he's actually kicking this off, if it's not some sort of trickery onside,
he's got a leg on him.
Oh my goodness, he was putting him into the end zone in
that's
Priest
rare
River
too.
and Bonners Ferry.
That's rare.
So, good things. There looks to be some
I'm
sort
just
of
Josh.
confusion
I'm
out
so
there.
glad it's not raining like it was when I set this up earlier today, because
Yeah.
it was blowing into the windows here, and I had
Oh,
to close
no.
it. And I was like, yeah, we can broadcast with the rain, but I just think our offense is suited to some.
Yeah.
We need some nice dry weather for these catches and throws.
Yeah,
and
if we're throwing the
bring
ball,
it.
if we're throwing, we want it to be dry.
The Wildcats are fired up, that's for sure. Grangeville's been here for a
And
while.
we're going to get a false, I believe it's a false start.
We can go back and see what we can see here.
I'm not entirely sure. I think it might be
There's our replay. We're going to go full screen while we're sorting
Wildcats a
things
little
out.
too amped up there.
Looks like I couldn't. It might have been down here at the very bottom. I don't know who that is, but it looks like they might have been running just a little early. Got a running start.
Little too antsy there.
Yeah,
That's all right. That just gives Brody more room to work.
it's number 50, Roman Bizarro. I don't know that it was him, but it looked like he was well down the field. We'll see. Might have been 40. Ty says.
Which would be Austin Miller.
Yeah, it could have been any of those guys. They're ramped up. That's good.
And a good squib there, fielded by the Bulldogs at the 40.
Oh, there's a seam right there. That's
And
dangerous.
This is where the Wildcats hurt themselves against Bonners Ferry on the
First
opening
play, right?
First play.
Yes.
Their special teams defense has not been as good as the rest of their defense.
Nice shoestring tackle there by.
I believe that was Otto Sharp.
It was Otto Sharp. It was. We got the replay going there. But yeah, the Wildcats just really that squib. They didn't fill the lanes and that wasn't well orchestrated. They kind of gave up another big chunk there.
And the Wildcats coming off of another, I guess a quasi bye week here.
COVID bye.
Yeah,
Or no, smoke bye.
smoke bye.
Smoke bye.
Air quality bye.
Air quality bye.
Handoff there from the Bulldogs. Quarterback Miles. Oh boy,
Lefebvre?
I hope so.
Yeah. Well, if it's not, put it in the chat.
I've got
We'll
a
fix it.
Lefebvre, and the only cure
Is you. It's not me, Josh.
High snap. Uh-oh. That play did not go Lefebvre's way, and he got thrown out of bounds.
Really good job by the Wildcats pursuing that. I thought, sometimes that can get away from you.
I think if I had been Lefebvre there, I would have just thrown the ball out of bounds, live to fight another day instead of moving back. It's now 3rd and about 14. Out of the shotgun here. Wildcats have very good pass defense.
We've got good corners and good defensive backs.
Rollout and a sack.
Oh, look at that.
Who is that? Looking to see a number here. Am I seeing 24? Number 24 for the Wildcats on that. And wouldn't you know it,
We don't have a 24, so we got to figure out who that is, but that's not going to stop us from showing that replay. That's some nice pursuit right there.
it's about 4th and 21.
Look at
for the
that.
Bulldogs.
Just blows up that right tight end, it looks like. Just deep into the backfield of Grangeville.
Good snap. Decent kick there. That's going to be caught. Oh, no. Lohr is going to let it bounce. And that is Travis Lohr is a sophomore. And that is discipline right there, because he is one of those human highlight reel type
It's
players.
just every kick's an opportunity,
Yes,
right?
and for him to see that and go, "Ooh, I don't know," and trust your offense, because they're now
Yeah.
looking at a a 90-yard trip to the end zone.
I think it helps that he's a part of that offense, and I also think it helps that that offense has been so successful this year that it's an easy sell.
Yeah.
And good coaching.
So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 15-yard line. Out of the shotgun here, Ripley Luna takes the snap, and I think we are going to get a false start.
Looks like we're going to go backwards for a bit.
False start on the Wildcats there, trying to see who jumped.
Didn't get my replay started in time there, but we're good. Ty's camera work is just impeccable. This guy's a professional. He's going to be producing here before long. He's already recruited another cameraman.
He did that last night.
So Buck Coe, we're looking forward to you jumping on the camera and doing some editing for us.
Yes.
But Ty is up here just rocking things. I'm enjoying the double windows, Josh, though. This is much better.
Yes. Ripley Luna on the QB keeper is going to get maybe a yard or two on the keeper there. I don't think that was the design play. I think he was actually looking for his brother deep, but the pocket collapsed around him just a little too quick, and he wasn't able to get rid of it.
He's had good protection, and the good thing is, though, you can tell when he drops back, he's got a great sense for if a play's going as it should or when he needs to bail. And one of these times when he bails, you're not going to catch him.
Right. 2nd and 15 here. He's going to take a shot. He's got KJ Walker. Oh, KJ just didn't finish running his route.
It's almost like some of those receivers are like, he's never going to get it here. And if you just keep running, it's going to be there.
I mean, that ball left Colby's hands probably around the 10-yard line.
And it was a
dropped
shot.
At the 50. That was a 40-yard pass.
On the run, on the rollout.
So 3rd and 15. 3rd and 13, I apologize.
I'm just so impressed with Luna's presence in the pocket. He's not panicked at any point.
Yeah. On the rollout.
Gives himself some time here. And he's going to tuck it.
He's going to get a really good.
He almost got a block. If he had got a block there, he might have gone for 5 or 10 more yards.
And I'm not sure if he got the first or not. He got awfully close, though.
And we got the chain gang on this side, Josh. We got COVID rules again here.
Yeah.
We got the chain gang over here. I'm not used to that.
So they're going to mark it as 4th and probably 4th and 1.
Choice time, decision time.
Oh, no, we have a flag.
Oh, we're going
Holding.
backwards
We're
again.
getting a
So
hold.
that's going to take the decision-making out.
And these holding penalties are no longer from the spot of the ball, but from the spot of the foul. So what was 3rd and 13 is likely 3rd and probably...
3rd and Osborne?
3rd and 21.
Okay, so...
And the rain is starting to come down, as you can see.
Yeah, we can see it coming down now.
Luna in his own end zone. He's going to fire one, and it is dropped.
So we're looking at Punt City right now. Kellogg coming out on the offensive and now having to give the ball back to Grangeville.
Pass intended for Dayton Bauer. Hit him in the hands. He just couldn't get a hold of it, but I'm wondering how much this rain has changed the trajectory because it is coming down.
Yeah, it is. Ty, as soon as you can after this punt, we want you to get a shot so you can get the reflection of the rain coming down at the lights. But let's get this punt off first. We're just gonna kind of aim it up. We're gonna try, Ty. We're gonna look down here and
And back to punt, I believe, is Brody Hoffman punting from his own end zone. Low
kneel.
snap, and he's gonna run. Yeah,
That's
the snap was bad, and he was able to get it out to about the 5-yard line.
Ty's getting some rain for us again, and it is coming down.
Oh. So the Wildcats are going to have to push the Bulldogs back. Bad snap. Hoffman had the wherewithal to fall on it and scoop it and try to get out.
Gosh, I almost think like a safety would have been better there. Yeah, because now we're looking at touchdown and then having to – but, I mean, these are –
The Bulldogs went for negative yards on their last drive. Fired inside and dropped. And they had their man. Lefebvre hit his receiver right in the hands, which is about the best you can ask for. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 6.
He was getting pressured, though, too. Like, we got good pressure on the right side there.
Yeah, the Wildcat defensive front is incredibly aggressive. This time, They were trying to run it, and we're going to get in for the touchdown, I believe.
Yep, they do.
They're going to call it a touchdown. Wildcat defense, I just didn't think
that's just a tough position to be in.
the first time they ran a snap from under center, and it's a quick handoff inside. He just bounced out to the right and fell in. And
Geez, I had to say something about how the weather was holding off for us and our passing offense, and then all of a sudden
the rain has
released.
the rain has actually subsided just a tad.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, we're getting the elements here, and that field goal is going to be knocked through. So Grangeville is going to take a 1-point lead here.
We got a 7-6,
and suddenly this is an intriguing ball game. We've got ourselves an intriguing ball game here.
Bear with me. I'm using the basketball score program to do
some football.
To do some football overlay, so we'll get her figured out. And Ty's got the scoreboard zoomed in, so that'll correct all of my mistakes.
It's very intriguing when you think football theory here, though. The Wildcats had done enough to pick up that first down, put themselves in a situation on a 4th and 1, but it was called back for the holding, but it was multiple penalties that brought the Wildcats back, and it was those penalties that really ended up costing them the touchdown here.
Mistakes in field position really just turned the entire momentum of the game. Well, I'm not going to say momentum because I still think we're, some people put too much. I think they put too much value in momentum. I think the kids, we're still fired up, but I mean that's a definite, that's a definite counter.
The rain has stopped.
Yeah, now the rain's gone. So I mean, I should just be quiet about the weather because
it's classic North Idaho for you.
Yep.
Wildcats probably looking for something here to re-spark that offense, get the momentum back in their favor.
Oh, a nice little shifty return would do the trick.
And that one is going to be fielded, I think.
Decent return.
Decent return gets them back to about the 34-yard line. Return there by our number 25.
Do we have a number, please? We don't.
We do not.
And Ty's got some homework during halftime. He's got to go reconnaissance some players for that. That's a good.
Something happened there. A missed block or something. And now the Wildcats are going to have to punt again.
Momentum definitely with the Bulldogs here.
Yeah.
They have withstood that first drive by the Wildcats and just come back with force.
Good high kick. And it's going to only end up being about a 20-yard punt for the Wildcats. So about the same position the Bulldogs started with on their opening possession. Wildcats desperately need to find themselves.
Gonna have to have at least they got a little bit of breathing room here for the defense to at least find their ground.
Yeah, you
and
can
just kind of survive.
You can make a couple mistakes from midfield. You can't really blow coverage when you're up against your own goal line. And Lefebvre under center again, abandoning the shotgun. Ooh, some movement up front, and we're going to get it. We're going to get the false start, I believe. I'm wondering if, yeah. It was number 68 for the Bulldogs here. And I'm wondering if the ball was, the snap was called for.
Right.
But if the ball slipped, you got to play the ball, not the words. Handoff here. I didn't even hear it called for. Wildcats just had their hands all over the runner, but not able to bring him down until after he picks up about 3 or 4 of those yards. 2nd and 12 now for the Bulldogs. I really do enjoy watching the energy that Coach Davidian has. on the sideline. I'm not entirely sure what his outfit is. He kind of looks like a California raisin, which may be a dated term that some of our viewers may not know.
Heard it from the grapevine.
But if you take a look at him, and maybe it's the heavy, like the weathered out Chuck Taylors with the purple tights coming out of them, but it is just an awesome look that he's got.
Oh yeah, I
going.
do see that. Yeah, I do see that. With the purple top that really accentuates that.
It's great. Oh, moving up under center.
We got 3rd and 9. They're going to get a timeout.
Yeah. Coach not liking what he's seeing there. Quick timeout by the Bulldogs here with 4 minutes left in the first quarter. And I think the Wildcats just kind of, their defense is doing exactly what we thought it would. They hold strong. Even that touchdown is not indicative of poor defense. More of the poor position they were put in.
I'd agree. Yeah, I'd agree totally with that. They were just put in such a rough position, and many of those guys are offensive players at the same time.
Yeah, they're still having to live with their own mistakes on one end of the ball.
Absolutely.
When they're turning around and going back in there.
Absolutely.
I am, after what I've seen from this team so far this year, and I've watched all of their games, I've seen every single snap.
You've been a road warrior, Josh.
I have been traveling. My son's on the team, so that is
that's incentive.
Yeah, that's incentive. That game up in Bonners Ferry, I will tell you.
Gosh, that was a heartbreaker.
That was one of the greatest football games I've ever watched, pro or not.
That's awesome.
On 3rd and 9, out of the shotgun. Oh, a bad snap. Oh, and I believe... Oh, we are not going to get a flag there. Oh, and the Wildcats just dodged a serious bullet.
Kind of a piling on there, or a,
with the.
We're going to replay here so we can see.
Someone came in and
a little bit of a late hit.
Whacked him. Lower back to receive with KJ Walker.
Well, good job by the defense. Anyway.
Yeah. High snap, punts off. And Lore's going to let this one safely roll. This one's going to stop on the 18, though.
Josh, while we have a chance here, it's always a chance to go to commercial on a change of possession, but we got so many people watching. We got former principal and just longtime, just the voice of the Wildcats, longtime Kellogg through and through. Steve Shepard's just kind of texting us, but I just got a text from the superintendent of schools for Kellogg, and she says, "It sounds great, and it's comforting to hear you. Tell Ty he's doing a great job." Ty's getting shout-outs from the superintendent, Josh.
Well, I mean,
wow.
Why not?
That's some good stuff there, Ty. Like, you've got it. Like, you're getting the pinnacle here already.
Oh, the read option there. Luna's going to keep it. I think good for about 9. And that was just hard-nosed running there by the quarterback. And Ripley Luna, as tough as they come. And the Twins, it's hard to believe that you would think a varsity team would be led by a tandem of sophomores.
Well, it's like volleyball, but we're repeating ourselves, right?
Right.
We've got some young athletes coming up here.
And they earned their chops last year playing varsity basketball at such a high level. And there's a strike thrown there. Oh, Ripley to Colby, and Colby tried to make a move and just lost his footing. Good for the first, and suddenly it feels like the Wildcat offense is moving like they did in that first drive.
Well, this is when it's fun to have this replay going. Like, just watching this offense perform is just good stuff.
Waiting to see now if they pepper in some running here. Skylar Britton in the backfield. Oh, and Ripley Luna gets swallowed up. I think Britton was supposed to block, and he didn't step up. So now the Wildcats going to move back to about the 30-yard line. 2nd and 17. That's a costly loss there.
Looks like the left defensive end just blew up whoever the right tackle is there, and just enveloped Luna. It wasn't even close.
Yeah. Didn't get a lot of help there. Luna again on the option, pitches it to Britton. Britton going to get around the corner, but maybe a pickup of 2 or 3 on the play. Not much.
So what are we looking at here? We're looking at 3rd and long for the Cats.
3rd and 15 for the Cats.
Not ideal, but at least they've held the ball long enough to. I'm not saying they're not going to pick this up, but at this point, just don't move backwards anymore.
Right.
Like, pick up some yards, maybe break a tackle and get a first down. If you don't, then punt it and get it on the other side of the field.
I'm looking here to see if Ripley right here with 4 receivers, 1 running back. He's got a good matchup with his brother. He's going to roll out. Pocket closes and
just collapsed on him.
And the Wildcat offensive line is not doing Ripley Luna any favors.
And they came out pretty strong. I mean, he had really plenty of time to look around and decipher what was going on, but not the last 2 series.
And I believe with that
was a linebacker blitz right there, and he just was untouched.
I would be intrigued to see if the Wildcats actually punt it before the clock runs out here. Not sure what the play clock situation is. 10 seconds left here in the first quarter. Snap, punt.
They do punt it away.
Oh, and it's like a squib.
Not much of a field position change there at all either. That's almost like a turnover, Josh.
Yeah. Wildcats are just not playing what I would call their best football by a stretch and doing just enough to keep this game from getting out of hand.
After that first drive, it's been pretty rough. If they can make a stand here or at least make Grangeville to grind this out, it's definitely, it's not anything drastic, but yeah, they need to get some things going here.
And I think the Wildcats are going to, they just narrowly avoided the too many men on the field penalty. But after that pickup of 3, it's going to take us to the break. So we'll be back with the second quarter after a quick word from one of our sponsors. Thanks for watching Wildcats Live.
A fervent Kellogg Wildcat supporter based in the heart of the historic Silver Valley and North Idaho, NASCO Industrial Services and Supply delivers world-class materials and service to the world's top mining and industrial operations. NASCO Industrial Service and Supply is a full-service agency including logistics, procurement support, and construction, built to serve the industries that make modern life possible. Day in, day out, they propel many of the world's largest industrial and mining companies to meet their production and financial milestones. Wildcats Live and Wildcat Activities thank NASCO Industrial Services and Supply for their support. Visit them online at nissglobal.com or call 208-783-0361. Go Wildcats!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second quarter of action just kicking off here. Grangeville Bulldogs with the ball, leading the Wildcats 7-6. Inside handoff on second down goes for about 2 on the carry there. Some of these numbers, these jerseys get wrinkled up, and you can't tell what's a 6, an 8, or a 9, or a 0 for that matter.
One of the disadvantages from being so high up here. I mean, if we don't get, and also calling it and spotting it's one, but then we don't have numbers, it's even worse.
Oh, a little misdirection
Inside
play.
handoff.
Yeah. Little misdirection play right there. Possibly enough for the first down. They're going to give it to him.
You know, I've seen it on ESPN and NBC and all these shows with the NFL. When you trick the camera guy, it was good play direction, play execution, and misdirection.
Oh, and he slips, and he's going to get brought down. That's Lefebvre. in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of about 12. And that is going to hurt if you are a fan of the Grangeville Bulldogs.
We're going to see where that initial pressure came from. It looks like, he bobbled the snap, and then, the Wildcat left end was just right there. Nice ankle.
I believe it was
tackle.
A designed run, but the running back slipped. So the quarterback just held on to it. There's that little counter again.
We're hearing some increased activity on play identification down here on the sideline. So the Wildcats are keying in on some things. So things are about to get interesting here, guys.
Yeah, the playbook shown by Grangeville here hasn't been exceptionally deep, although we are only in the second quarter.
Yeah, that's right.
But the Wildcats right now have Grangeville in a 3rd and 21 situation. So the Wildcat defense, once again, doing their job. And, a throw there. We have a flag. It's a free play. Great defense there by KJ Walker. KJ Walker, shout out this kid. This kid was an all-league cornerback as a freshman.
Thrown into the fire, right?
And he was thrown in because of a slew of injuries and ended up being a standout stud.
That wasn't a free play, Josh. That was on Grangeville. So we thought it might be, but it wasn't.
It was. It wasn't. It was a hold on Grangeville.
It was a hold. So
I thought they got the Wildcats off sides. So Wildcats declined the penalty. 4th and a mile. 10 minutes left here in the second quarter.
Fourth and Kellogg Lumber.
Punt is up, almost blocked. Right into the hands of Travis Lord.
Travis is going to feel it. He can't, Josh. He can't refuse it that many times. He's got to get one. He's getting his.
He had to do something. Oh, and we are going to get a flag here. I believe some extracurriculars after the play.
Let's see what happens here. Lord just does a great job of fielding that and getting upfield.
Can you see what the penalty was?
I couldn't see what on the replay. I couldn't see.
The officials conferring here.
It looks like Grangeville's moving our way, so they've heard something. It looks like it's going to go against Grangeville.
Grangeville is aware.
Unsportsmanlike, maybe? Oh, they're going to pick it up.
They're going to pick it up and say that...
play on.
Play on, playa. But they knew they did something.
Well, they're coming back. So, I mean,
Wildcats,
Grangeville knew something was going on there.
They had moved like 20 yards down.
That was like self-reporting right there.
Oh, man. Wildcats ball here, 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line.
See if the Wildcats can kind of get some of that momentum back and get some field position. I mean, we want to score, but just move the ball towards your goal.
We've got some line issues from the Wildcats.
Looks like maybe a substitution confusion, but we're good. We're in.
Wildcats 4 receivers, 1 running back. Luna takes the low snap, picks it up, trying to make a play, stays on his feet, but eventually goes down.
Yeah, that just wasn't good from the start, and that's just not clean. So,
and just some Wildcats just seem a little.
Gosh, Ty's camera work. I'm just watching it on the computer here because it's cool to watch out the window too. But Ty's camera work is so tight. Like I'm just watching the feed here.
That's awesome.
That's good stuff.
Trips left here.
Ty, does a better tripod help, Ty? Okay, good.
Floats one out. Austin Miller hit as he catches it.
Yeah, that guy sniffed that out. That number 4 there. Is he a weak side linebacker? Number 4, he just had that. That's Cuthbert.
It was a 1-yard gain on the play.
He read that the whole way. It was well executed by Kellogg, but that was sniffed out early.
I'm a little disappointed we haven't seen any more deep shots.
We haven't seen any 2 Luna.
And we've got the matchup I think that we want here.
That's what happens when momentum just kind of you get away from it and you stop.
Good block there, but a bad throw by Ripley Luna.
He got somebody in his face, so we got a flag down.
I believe we're going to see a hold. I'm sure if it's a hold, it's going to be declined. Unless it was at the line of scrimmage. Holding.
Yeah,
offense.
it's a hold. So it'd be, what, 4th and 11 if they decline this?
And I actually am wondering, they're going to decline it.
Mm-hmm.
I almost had wondered if Grangeville would accept it.
And just
Make
kind of,
the-
field position. I mean,
Right.
Kellogg's not moving the ball, so give yourself 10 more yards.
One of the things that we're seeing here is the Wildcats are not running the ball. They're not even mixing in some design runs.
No.
Oh, no, a bad snap. And we, for the second time, are about to give Grangeville the ball.
1st and goal.
In 1st and goal land.
That's just not good.
And just not good play here from the
Like
Wildcats.
the snap was just not even close.
The Wildcats they look like a team that hasn't played football in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
With air quality really choking out their practice last week. And then, this week you lose a game. You're kind of down about that. Maybe the
A tough
practices-
game. Yeah, at the buzzer, at the horn.
Yeah. You lose a game, and then you get the game taken away as Lefebvre tries to run up the middle and is driven back.
Good effort there by the D-line. Good surge.
They're going to give him forward progress here and move it to the 1. Football logic sometimes blows my mind. And they're going to try it again.
And
Lefebvre's not getting an inch.
Good job again by the Kellogg defensive line.
The Wildcats are stout defensively. And quite frankly, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing here. I expect to see some high trickery here.
They're not moving it straight up, are they?
No, and they're going to get it on the run there. And they're going to punch it in. That was number 14 for the Bulldogs. 44, I apologize. Looked like a 1 there. 44 is a big fella.
That's Dane Lindsley.
Wildcats just shooting themselves in the foot.
Credit to the Bulldogs, though. They didn't flinch after Kellogg marched down and scored. I mean, that was a pretty impressive drive, and Grangeville just did not flinch. Here is your Kellogg Lumber extra point.
And it is good.
And it is good.
So we are now sitting at 14-6.
I think we might just go to a Kellogg Lumber ad after that Kellogg Lumber extra point, Josh.
Might
What
as
do you
well.
say?
Go for it.
Well, we'll be back, guys, after we take a little break here. Thanks, Kellogg Lumber. From plywood to paint, tools to trim, they have it all, or they can order it in just a few days' time. Kellogg Lumber Company is a veteran-owned business that has been supplying the Silver Valley with quality building materials to contractors, builders, and homeowners for 4 generations. Personal service and knowledgeable staff make Kellogg Lumber the right choice for your next project. With 50 years buying experience, let Steve and the knowledgeable crew at Kellogg Lumber use their many well-established vendors to source the materials you need for the right price and delivered on time. Kellogg Lumber, more than just lumber for 4 generations. Hometown proud sponsors of Kellogg Wildcat Athletics and Wildcats Live.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen, here. Kickoff almost underway. The Grangeville Bulldogs. Who,
14 unanswered, huh?
Yeah, after a torrid start offensively for the Wildcats, they have stalled, and that might just be a nice way of putting it.
It's a combination of mistakes and
Travis Lohr about to get an opportunity here to make something happen, and
nice tackle there.
just didn't turn it on in time. And so it's going to be 1st and 10 Wildcats from the 25. Wildcats just seem devoid of that
They
energy.
just don't have, they don't have that play breaker. That was a great tackle there, though, by number 1 on Grangeville.
Yeah, he kind of just
Great tackle, open field.
kept his feet moving.
Yep,
And
that's Miles Lefebvre again. Lefebvre,
didn't let
just a great
let
tackle.
Lohr do anything, and we've talked about him pretty highly for his ability to create plays. Wildcats do need to get something going here. Ripley Luna takes a snap, low snap, hands it off. gummed right up the middle. Maybe he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
It's like the Wildcats are just trying to kind of hold the line right now. Just hold off Grangeville long enough to get to halftime and regroup.
Yeah, I'm a little caught
Definitely
off guard.
don't feel like we're in, like we're dictating anymore.
No, and it felt so much like we were walking into a game that we were sure to be the better team in at first. And for the first 5 minutes, I truly believed us to be the team that was the much better team, but that has gone away. Pass out here in the flats.
There's a
Skylar
nice
Britton
little-
going to get a good block and just runs over the defender there. I think that's going to be enough to at least put him within
Josh, football's a game of that, though. It's a game of, sometimes you just have 5 or 6 series, or just 2 or 3 series where it just doesn't break your way, and then all of a sudden you figure something out.
Right. 3rd and 1 now.
This is a big one. This is where you got to keep. This is where you keep the ball for another 4 downs, and if you don't, this is where Grangeville steps on it.
Yeah. Wildcats haven't had a first down in a hot minute, so got him. Got him on the
to
hard
jump in.
count.
I don't know that he jumped into the neutral zone, but I think they're going to call him for it. Nope, they
Oh.
got Kellogg for the false start.
On who is the question?
Can't tell.
And everyone pleading their case, and the officials kind of just told him, no, you definitely jumped. I didn't see a Wildcat jump, though.
I didn't either. Nothing obvious.
Yeah, but that's the back judge, so he must have seen something.
Might have even been the quarterback. Maybe Luna just, maybe Luna was too demonstrative in his hard count.
Oh, Colby going to get some space. Tries to hurdle a guy and gets popped in the air. Gosh, and if it's 4th and 1, if you're Coach Dan Davidian, your defense has been stout.
Boy, that's a gutsy move right there. He put his body in harm's way right there. That's one of your guards.
Yeah.
I'm a Kellogg guy, always looking forward to football or basketball season.
Yeah. Don't hurt the point guard, please.
We're going.
Yeah, 4th and 1. I like it. I like
do
the
too. You
aggressive play call.
gotta change something here.
Oh, and not the best decision by Rip. Tried
No,
to fire it into
incomplete.
a pocket to his twin, Colby, and I just don't know that the window that he thought was there. I think at one point he really had wanted to run that up the middle, but just wasn't comfortable with the size of gap that he had.
No,
So
that
he
was
rolled out
not a
and
high
tried-
probability, not a high percentage for a 4th and 1, not a high percentage play.
Yeah.
It was gutsy, but I mean the positive is Grangeville's got the ball at the 35, which is the worst field position they've had in a while.
Yeah.
I know that's not saying much,
Yeah, the
but
Wildcats are more than capable of
just make a stand or a big play here.
inside handoff, and this is where the Wildcats have just been torched, and we're going to see a bit of a continuation. My goodness, Otto Sharp out of the defensive line, turning around and turning it up to make the tackle there.
He ran him down, but not after probably a 30-yard gain. Grangeville just putting the pedal to the metal here.
What a mind-blowing turn of events here for the Wildcats, who are, they're not even set up on defense right now. Oh, and we're going to get a false start here. Yeah, I think they saw that there were 11 Wildcats heads down walking around. And
Tried to get it off quick and weren't set.
that's going to push them back to about the 10.
That's going to be number 66. He kind of jumped there a little bit. That's Isaac Dewey. I got to look way down the roster here since it looks like we're playing a small college.
Yeah. Wildcats getting
That's a little bit of a reprieve,
bit of a
huh?
breather here.
Still got to make a play,
Oh,
though.
fumble! And if the Fever falls on it, 2nd and 10.
They tried to get that off quick as well.
Yeah.
Like Grangeville's getting a little ahead of themselves
They're
here.
aware that the Wildcats are, and we're going to get a timeout here. Just under 5 minutes left. Grangeville has to be aware that they're on the doorstep here
Yeah.
of putting this game almost out of reach because not only if they get a touchdown here, Wildcats have to score before the half, otherwise they're kicking it off.
Yeah.
Which would just be absolutely detrimental to the Wildcat morale. A stop here and then maybe a 4-minute drill.
Yeah, I mean, aside from that first possession game-controlling drive by the Wildcats, it's really been backpedaling since.
Yeah.
It really has.
And I think a lot of that comes with, you know, a lot of the same guys like we talked about playing both sides of the ball.
Yeah, there's some fatigue and some, you know, not getting a chance to just take a breather and look at what's going on.
I mean, Grangeville clearly brought a dearth of players.
And as far as distancing, nothing's happening over there. So, I mean, we're not 6 feet apart over there. So, I mean, a little bit of a mixed message, too.
Yeah. And there's an inside handoff again. Fortunately, he took it, I don't know, the scenic route to only about 3 yards on the carry there. But it's going to bring up, I believe, 3rd and, 4?
Looks like about 4, yep.
3rd, no? Oh, no. 3rd and 7, huh?
Oh, yeah,
3rd
and goal.
Goal from the 7.
And goal. And that's a nice stop there. That'll be good if now, I got to admit, if I'm Grangeville, I'm going for it. I mean,
they've shown that they can kick it.
Yeah. But, 17-6 or 21-6, I think, they're going to kick it. So, another opportunity here. We're here for the Grangeville 3-point, possibly the Kellogg Lumber field goal here.
And they're going to get it.
No problem.
He takes such a hard line to that ball.
Yeah, he's got just a great angle, though. That's a soccer-style kicker there, and those guys are legit. They don't mess around. Let's watch the replay of that kick. There's no panic or no urgency here. He just relaxes and fires through.
Just gets it.
Right up and in. Nice
Credit
job there.
the holder, too.
Yeah,
the
good
holder
job.
makes sure that the ball is in the right spot for him to just nail that one. And, gosh, the Wildcats now find themselves in a position where no matter what they do here to end this half, they're not tying this ball game up.
They're not going to tie it up, but if they got to get some points out of a drive here, whether it be a field goal or whether it be a touchdown, the last thing you can do is go 3 and out here and give Grangeville another shot, and that's like a bonus because then they're going to have the ball in the second half. And this is your chance to stop the bleeding a little bit.
If you're Grangeville, though, and your defense has been as stout as it has been, do you expect any level of trickery here on this kickoff, Simon?
Yeah, I don't know. Grangeville has been so far, they're just so solid in all aspects, special teams, offense, defense. I think they're just playing you straight up. They're just going to say, come beat us.
Right.
I just don't think they have any reason for any trickery.
And they're going to boot it.
And that's a nice kick, too.
Lohr's going to get it with room to work. He's going to bounce out to the outside, finds a lane, and he's going to get to about the 35.
Pretty decent return there.
Good return for the Wildcats.
We're going to take another look at that and see what we got here. We got a couple missed blocks on the right side there. Just a couple guys whiffed. Kudos to Lohr for making a couple guys miss, and he got about 12 extra yards there.
Yeah.
So just get a body on a body. Lohr, you can spring Lohr pretty good there. He's got some quicks.
Wildcats in desperate need of some offensive life here.
Unfortunately, Josh, Wildcats' strength is in the passing game. So if we're not executing and catching passes, we're not going to run a lot of clock here.
And a designed counter play goes for negative yardage, I want to say. Yeah, going to be a loss of 1 on the carry. Tough out there. And some of the play calling I'm seeing here just not what I've grown to expect watching these Wildcats play over the last couple games.
Well, I think when you mis-execute a couple times and you get a couple of mistakes, it just puts you out of your rhythm. They were so in their rhythm on that first drive.
Little pass in the flat here. KJ Walker going to get it out to, I believe, the 39-yard line.
And I don't think he stayed in bounds. Oh yeah, he did.
So
we got the clock running.
3rd and I want to say 6. for the Wildcats here in a kind of a pivotal third down.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we were talking about. If you don't get a first down here, it's just it's gravy for Grangeville.
Grangeville's figured it out. The inside handoff, the Wildcats don't seem to be able to have an answer for it. Ripley Luna kind of pump fakes there. Is going to fire and intercepted by Lefebvre. Quarterback to quarterback there. And Lefebvre, oh.
He's got some moves. He broke a couple ankles back there.
I think he got rattled a little bit there. And just a...
Unfortunately, Grangeville looking like their field position is just right where they want it again. And they still got time. They're not in a hurry.
2.5 minutes is a lot of time to work from the 22. Oh, I'm sorry, the 17. I'm looking at the wrong side of the line. Inside handoff. Once again, it's going to go for a decent gain because for some strange reason, the Wildcats don't seem to be able to handle. They can't seem to figure out how to stop the inside handoff.
No, and it just might be a matter of, I mean, Grangeville, they're in the catbird seat right now. They don't have to do anything special. They just have to make Kellogg be honest, and that just...
Right there was a solid hit.
Nice linebacker stop there, but, I mean, Kellogg's just on their heels. They've been on their heels since the first drive.
Ripley Luna having to make big major league hits like that. Just terrific. Under center again, Lefebvre hands it off. They're going to go inside again.
And Josh, we might as well break up this Grangeville momentum here. Dorothy Hall, longtime resident and working at the schools and all this, joined the game from her living room. That's great. Fantastic. And this is an awesome live feed. Here's a nice little sneak there by Grangeville.
I'm not sure what they were trying to do there.
Thank you from me, but also from my brother Frank, a former Wildcat player. We're just always happy to shout out all these people watching and referencing these other Wildcats, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's what Wildcats Live is here for. Thank you, Dorothy.
We're going to get a timeout here. I think timeout taken by the Wildcats. They just look beat up.
It's just the defense, which is much of the offense, but they just look like they've been on the field the whole game, and they have. But
I mean, in theory, they've given up 3 scores, and I would be willing to bet that they might have given up less than 70 yards.
Yeah, they haven't been given up. They haven't had a chance. You know, it's like
you stack them inside the 15-yard line on multiple drives and say, sorry, guys, this is the best we can do.
Yeah.
You know,
But in the same token, a lot of those defensive players are on offense who are jumping off sides and not converting on offense, and so it's not to blame one or the other. But how about a positive? Ty's been panning the field here. Great job, Kellogg School District Maintenance. Mike Lawley, Aaron Miller, Tim Etherton. The field looks amazing.
Yes.
Nice job.
Yes, as well as the city crews.
And the city crew, Craig and his boys, Craig and all the rest of the Kellogg City crew. One of the best football facilities in the area. Nice job.
Absolutely. Second down here, Lefebvre inside handoff.
That's a big hole. Big hole.
And the Wildcats are...
This is like worst case scenario right here. This is just what you just didn't want to give them the ball back. Then don't give them the ball back in good field position. We did both of those things. I mean, you just set the table for these guys. Yeah. That's a nice lead block there.
This is they just look defeated.
Yeah, Kellogg needs to regroup. That's for sure. We need a halftime. But, man, you gotta keep the ball long enough to get us to halftime.
And we're going to get a offsides here. I think Lore took off a little early. Not interested in seeing that ball go through the uprights again.
He's sick of these easy extra points.
Yeah. And I think with that, they're going to go. They're going to go for 2. Yep.
Why not? From the half yard or from the 1.5 yard line.
Points potentially here.
Very disciplined and very, very solid Grangeville team here. This is not like a pushover. These guys made this trip, and they're ready to play.
And they are going to signal
That's a
for
2-point. Yep. That's going to be good, I think.
25 unanswered. Right now, the Wildcats are sitting here kind of going, what happened? You know, first series.
And that first series was magic.
And then you get the big stop. You drive them back 20 yards on the opening defensive series. And then since that, it has been a nightmare.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's I still it's really difficult sometimes to I don't know, I don't want to say place blame, but it's really difficult to pinpoint really where that tide turned, but a lot of these guys on offense are also playing defense, and that's a challenge, but when you can't hold the ball on offense, and not only that, but when you move backwards, like you're just setting yourself up. If you got to come back out and play defense, you're setting yourself up for a big, big uphill climb.
Yeah.
And that's what we've done. I mean, Kellogg, they've got some good athletes, but offensively they have not, other than the first drive, they have not answered the call. I don't think we've held the ball for more than 2 minutes.
No.
After that, I mean, even that first touchdown drive was pretty quick.
No, and we thought down here we might pick up our first down in a while.
Yeah.
And
they had a false start.
False start drove us back, and then the play that we ran just didn't quite give us what we thought we wanted.
No.
Oh, and that's going to bounce into the hands of Lore, who stopped by his own guy. He's going to get a decent block, tries to cut back, and he will. Going to get inside, back out to about the 30-yard line. So 47 and a half seconds left. The Wildcats have the ability.
Can the Wildcats get to halftime here? That's what I'm thinking.
And they have one timeout remaining.
I know I should be thinking, can we score in 47 seconds? But what I'm thinking is, can we just keep the ball?
That opening drive, I think, only took about 2.5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And that was with them not really rushing things.
I mean, let's give some credit to Grangeville. I mean, they're playing well. Their defense has been
on
tough.
the mistakes.
Yep.
The
absolutely.
opportunity is given to them.
Absolutely.
Luna going to drop back. Has a block. Fires it ahead to Colby. Colby up the middle.
Got a nice block there.
And he's going to jump for some yards. And we're going to get a timeout here.
Let's get another look at that. That's just a great rollout by Luna, and he finds his brother on that little dig route there. And who throws that block? It's nice little block there. It's from maybe number 40.
That would be Austin Miller.
Austin Miller. I think Austin Miller threw a great block right there, freeing him up for another 5 or 10 yards.
Now, I'm not the football strategist, but the referees, as soon as that play was blown dead, the clock stops. I almost don't know if I was Coach Davidian, if I would have taken that timeout there. Oh, they have one left. I'm sorry, they had 2. So they still have a timeout in their back pocket, but a couple quick hitters like that, I mean, there's plenty of time for them to get in the end zone if they ran 2 more plays just like that one. But that one was created off the legs of Ripley Luna.
Yeah, it was.
As well as some timely blocking. And if you're going to pass the way the Wildcats are passing, when you watch some of these teams, and the team that I always think of when it comes to good pass blocking, I always think about Stanford.
Mm-hmm.
Big offensive line, but they don't
athletic.
They don't pass block. Like if you watch the stance of the Wildcat offensive line,
it's not a power running block.
They
play well in space.
Yeah. Luna out of the shotgun here. Good block there. Oh, holds on to it for too long, and now the clock's going to keep running.
Well, 2 possessions ago, we would have welcomed that. Now we want to save some time, but, we need points here. If Kellogg can get some points on the board.
I'm just unsure of the decision, and at the same time, the one thing you got to remember, and I think I forget it just as much as the rest of us, we're dealing with a sophomore quarterback, so he might be a gamer 9 times out of 10, But I still think at the end of the day, we got to remember that he's still a young athlete.
Yeah.
By any standard.
I think we're young everywhere.
Yeah. So expectation right now, expectations versus reality. We've seen them play well, so we expect them to play well. But I think there a little bit more grace might need to be extended to some of our young guys, especially young guys playing both sides of the ball.
Yeah, we got guys playing both ways. And you know what? Kudos to the guys that stuck it out and are playing, because football is always a tough sell in Kellogg. It just traditionally is. And you had COVID-19. You had all these restrictions. You had a group of parents that didn't want their kids to have to wear masks in practice. And you had all this stuff. These are the guys that stuck it out.
Yep.
These are the guys that said, we want to play. We'll do whatever it takes. And you know what? I'm on their team.
We'll follow.
Absolutely.
We will follow
Absolutely.
your rules.
Yes. And
so 2nd and 12 here. Wildcats still in a very manageable spot. Luna drops back to pass. Fires one over the top. Colby Luna.
Oh, did he bring that down?
No, he did not, and he is frustrated with himself.
Gosh, he just about did.
A perfectly thrown ball, maybe a little high.
I might have been quick on the replay trigger there. I don't know if we're going to see the end of this, but man, Ripley stood. Oh, gosh, he just does everything but bring that in.
Yeah.
That's impressive. That's the most impressive drop I've seen. I mean, that's just good stuff. That's athlete right there.
3rd and 12 for the Wildcats. I might, if the pocket closes and I'm Ripley, I might.
There you go.
Just deal with it.
Give yourself some space. He wants to.
We're going to get either a hold or a block in the back there. So this is coming back.
You know what? Even if it's a hold or a block in the back, though, good job by Ripley just kind of not panicking. I mean, he found some space. There was a hold, but he's got some pocket presence, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, these refs are...
a chop block.
Chop block, yeah.
Chop block there.
I mean, man, they're close. I mean, like you said, Josh, they're young, and they're just so close to making big plays. And they did make some big plays. And so maybe they'll get a halftime, get a talking to, calm down, and come out and, you know,
you play the first half or play the second half and just don't give Grangeville the ball inside your own red zone.
Yeah. I mean, like we're working on it here.
Yeah.
We still have 12 seconds to get back inside the 20.
If I'm Colby, I might just take a knee here.
Take a knee here. Do they have any timeouts, though? Does Grangeville? I'd use them if I was them, if I was the coach. They have one, Ty says. Ty's not only the cameraman, he's all over the timeouts. He sees it on the scoreboard there, so.
Yeah, I might drop back, scramble a bit, slide.
Slide, take a knee. Hopefully not, though. Let's see here what let's see what we got here. Maybe we'll pull something out. The clock's running, so after that chop block, they fired the clock back up. So Josh, maybe an incomplete here would be no good.
And that's a backwards pass.
Well, that's good though, because that runs the clock out. So
at the end of the first half, your Kellogg Wildcats are going to trail Grangeville 25-6. We've got a little bit of a halftime ahead of us, so we're going to take a little bit of a break. You're going to hear from some of our sponsors. We'll pop back in here and there to talk shop with you, but we'll be back with a little bit more action here. Thanks for watching Wildcats Live.
a fervent Kellogg Wildcat supporter based in the heart of the historic Silver Valley and North Idaho, NASCO Industrial Services and Supply delivers world-class materials and service to the world's top mining and industrial operations. NASCO Industrial Service and Supply is a full-service agency including logistics, procurement support, and construction, built to serve the industries that make modern life possible. Day in, day out, they propel many of the world's largest industrial and mining companies to meet their production and financial milestones. Wildcats Live and Wildcat Activities thank NASCO Industrial Services and Supply for their support. Visit them online at nissglobal.com or call 208-783-0361. Go Wildcats! Located at 6600 North Government Way, ACI Northwest is the premier heating, cooling, and electrical company in the area. With more than 85 years of experience, they provide their customers with total home comfort and complete peace of mind. They do this through their commitment to professionalism and a written, unconditional, 1-year, money-back satisfaction guarantee on all residential installations. Call ACI Northwest today for excellent heating, air conditioning, and electrical services. The crew at ACI want to remind people that this time of year, furnace maintenance is important to ensure the longevity of your equipment and to avoid the nuisance of expensive breakdowns on the coldest days of the year. Ask how to save 20% on your maintenance and or repairs. Go Wildcats! Top Pin Archery, located in the backyard of Kellogg High School, is your premier archery authority in the U.S. They specialize in 3D archery events, including the annual shootout at Silver Mountain Resort, a premier 3D archery experience in the Pacific Northwest, and the region's only OPA-style shoot. Top Pin Archery Events provides an archery experience that is not offered anywhere else in the Northwest. They are the authority on all things archery, and their premier events put the competitor first by offering unique awards, such as the opportunity to win money, even in the youth classifications. Top Pin Archery provides a 3D archery experience unrivaled by their competition. They put the archer first. Top Pin Archery is a proud Kellogg Wildcats and Wildcats Live sponsor. Visit them at toppinarchery.net. Go Cats! From plywood to paint, tools to trim, they have it all, or they can order it in just a few days' time. Kellogg Lumber Company is a veteran-owned business that has been supplying the Silver Valley with quality building materials to contractors, builders, and homeowners for 4 generations. Personal service and knowledgeable staff make Kellogg Lumber the right choice for your next project. With 50 years buying experience, let Steve and the knowledgeable crew at Kellogg Lumber use their many well-established vendors to source the materials you need for the right price and delivered on time. Kellogg Lumber, more than just lumber for 4 generations. Hometown proud sponsors of Kellogg Wildcat Athletics and Wildcats Live. A fervent Kellogg Wildcat supporter based in the heart of the historic Silver Valley and North Idaho, NASCO Industrial Services and Supply delivers world-class materials and service to the world's top mining and industrial operations. NASCO Industrial Service and Supply is a full-service agency including logistics, procurement support, and construction, built to serve the industries that make modern life possible. Day in, day out, they propel many of the world's largest industrial and mining companies to meet their production and financial milestones. Wildcats Live and Wildcat Activities thank NASCO Industrial Services and Supply for their support. Visit them online at nissglobal.com or call 208-783-0361. Go Wildcats! A fervent Kellogg Wildcat supporter based in the heart of the historic Silver Valley and North Idaho, NASCO Industrial Services and Supply delivers world-class materials and service to the world's top mining and industrial operations. NASCO Industrial Service and Supply is a full-service agency including logistics, procurement support, and construction, built to serve the industries that make modern life possible. Day in, day out, they propel many of the world's largest industrial and mining companies to meet their production and financial milestones. Wildcats Live and Wildcat Activities thank NASCO Industrial Services and Supply for their support. Visit them online at nissglobal.com or call 208-783-0361. Go Wildcats! From plywood to paint, tools to trim, they have it all, or they can order it in just a few days' time. Kellogg Lumber Company is a veteran-owned business that has been supplying the Silver Valley with quality building materials to contractors, builders, and homeowners for 4 generations. Personal service and knowledgeable staff make Kellogg Lumber the right choice for your next project. With 50 years buying experience, let Steve and the knowledgeable crew at Kellogg Lumber use their many well-established vendors to source the materials you need for the right price and delivered on time. Kellogg Lumber, more than just lumber for 4 generations. Hometown proud sponsors of Kellogg Wildcat Athletics and Wildcats Live. A fervent Kellogg Wildcat supporter based in the heart of the historic Silver Valley and North Idaho, NASCO Industrial Services and Supply delivers world-class materials and service to the world's top mining and industrial operations. NASCO Industrial Service and Supply is a full-service agency including logistics, procurement support, and construction, built to serve the industries that make modern life possible. Day in, day out, they propel many of the world's largest industrial and mining companies to meet their production and financial milestones. Wildcats Live and Wildcat Activities thank NASCO Industrial Services and Supply for their support. Visit them online at nissglobal.com or call 208-783-0361. Go Wildcats!
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Second half of action about to kick off.
We got our halftime pep talk.
Yeah,
so
we
we're
did.
ready.
Yeah, we did.
I don't know if Kellogg is, though. We hope they are.
Gosh, just a few adjustments. The main one being don't give them the ball in the red zone.
Yeah, like even just make them go from the 25 or the 30 at least.
Yeah. Don't spot them the whole field, just like 2/3 of it. Nice kickoff there from Brody Hoffman, fielded by Lefebvre. Lefebvre? Uh-oh. He sheds a tackle. He's got room to work. Eats a tackle, bounces off of it, and still gets good field position.
He's pretty darn elusive.
So he has...
We're going to get a look at that here. He's got some good blocking, though. I mean, this Grangeville team is just well coached.
Lefebvre.
He's got... He outran 3 Kellogg guys. He broke a tackle. Nice block there. I mean...
And, he's just done it all. Whether it be orchestrating this offense, he had the interception earlier. Now he's returning kicks halfway across the field. He just really is getting it done for the Bulldogs.
He's definitely the field general out there right now.
And taking snap under center, inside handoff, and wow.
Just bouncing off guys.
So note to Wildcat coaches, tackling.
Wrap up.
Might be the order of the day.
Yeah, we had about 2 or 3 guys hit him, but
yeah,
he was already headed downfield. So
and they're not little fellas. I can tell you right now, they're not little.
Nope, these guys are good athletes. These guys are
some solid size here. This is a team that's routinely accustomed to competing against the likes of St. Mary's, Orofino, who we were supposed to play last week. Got a
smoked out
receiver over there tying his shoe, and Lefebvre kind of holding that left knee like he had jarred it somehow. I mean,
sideline warning. Sideline warning on the Wildcats there. I don't know what that was about. Maybe a player on the field or maybe a coach.
Perhaps. Otto Sharp not in on this play right now. Oh. And a hard hit there by Travis Lohr.
You can see a little bit of frustration with Kellogg now. I mean, you don't want to get a penalty here, but you definitely want to have a little bit of attitude. You come out of halftime, you don't want to give up a touchdown drive here. The first thing.
There's that misdirection, and Wildcats tackling well there.
They hurt us, Josh. They're starting to wrap up and tackle now. So
gang tackling there by the Wildcats. That was Travis Lohr, Brody Hoffman, and I'm trying to see who number 84 is. I believe that's Jace Garcia.
That's some good pursuit there by the purple people eaters.
And 3rd and 9 right now. Drops back to pass, floats it up over the top, and it's caught. Wildcats all bit on the fake handoff there.
When you're trying to sell that run, when you've run the ball well.
Gosh,
look at those linebackers; they're just instantly in the mix, and there's nobody there.
How often do you see play action executed well
impressive.
At the high school level?
Kudos to Grangeville there. That's just good stuff.
And that might be the smallest gain on an inside handoff that the Wildcats have allowed here in this ball game. 2nd and
I feel like, Josh,
10.
I feel like we've been our backs against the goal line all game.
And quarterback keeper
and
ends at like a yard into it, but
I don't know. I think that was the center, Josh. If you watch this, continue that block. I think it's the center. He blocks our guard into the end zone.
Yeah.
That's just relentless.
3rd and goal here. Not brought down. And they're going to stop the play dead, likely at the 4-yard line.
So is Grangeville going to – I mean, they got a kicker that's college caliber. Are they going to – nope, their players are saying, let's go for it. Nope, it looks like they're going to kick it, though.
They're lining
no,
up
they're not.
center.
They're lining up. Yep.
First down.
Why not?
1st and goal. Inside handoff.
Nobody
And
touched
he
him.
He could have danced his way into the end zone there.
Yeah, nobody touched him there. That was just textbook. Let's go to the replay on that. That's worth looking at. There's some great blocks here. Down blocks, kick out blocks. I mean, nobody – you might have got a lineman that touched him on his way by, but that was it.
Yeah.
Wildcats definitely overpowered right now. They're just going to have to figure something out. But if you can't hold the ball offensively, I mean, you're just going to be on the field defensively all game long, and you're just going to get worn down.
Yeah, and the body language of the Wildcats is not exactly what you would hope to see if you're Coach Davidian. But maybe the crowd can generate a little interest for these Wildcats here.
There is a crowd down there,
You
that's
know,
for sure.
I'm wondering if the folks maybe up at the Dirty Dog Saloon,
And there is a crowd up there in the Dirty Dog Skybox.
perhaps they'd be interested in cheering the Wildcats on, because I've just been given word that if the Wildcats can score a touchdown here, and then you go mention Wildcats Live to the bartender, they will give you $1 off any draft beer at the bar. So you heard that here first.
So we got to have a touchdown, though. That's
If
part
the
of the deal?
Wildcats score a touchdown, you make your way up to the bar and order a draft beer, and you get $1 off that puppy.
Adam knows it, so
And that's courtesy of some really good reconnaissance work of one Danny Kenyon.
former Kellogg lineman, the Bulldog Danny Kenyon.
The Bulldog DK.
Just working his channels with Mike Kanawha and crew. Mike Kanawha, who's who's given back to the community over and over and over again. So yeah, I mean, we're doing it again. So Dirty Dog.
So you Dirty Dog viewers, go out to the balcony and get loud. Start cheering the Wildcats on a little bit. Give them a little incentive to get in that end zone, and then go get yourself a beer.
And get $1 off, and give that $1 to the bartender as a tip.
Tip him. Tip old Adam.
Come on, Adam. This is going to benefit you, Adam.
There's the kick. A deep kick. Travis Lohr going to pick it up at the 5.
He's going to try it.
Cuts up. Has a block. Gets another good block. And is going to get to about the 17-yard line. Nope. The 13-yard line.
Laura's got some moves, but you've got to give the guy an alley. I mean, it's like the floodgates just open.
Yeah, you're going too much east and west and not enough north and south.
And he's shifty. He can go east and west, that's for sure. He's got some moves, but he needs a block, and he needs to get upfield and plant that foot and get 10, 15 yards. But he's done okay. But
I don't know that anyone expected this to be a woodshed.
Yeah, this is getting out of hand if Kellogg can't sustain a drive here.
Luna out of the shotgun, fires one over, finds Colby Luna. Colby catches the ball and elects to run infield.
Yeah, kind of tried to turn up. He must have saw something.
He had a whole sideline that probably would have netted him another 3 or 4 yards at least. But
yeah, he had nothing over here. He had probably a good 6 or 7 yards of open field, but it's easy to say from up here. That's why that's easy for us.
That's why we get paid the big bucks.
That's right. There's a little option, right?
Option. Luna's going to keep it. Gets a good block. Makes a heck of a play with his legs there.
That's a nice little spurt there from the spunky quarterback.
Takes him all the way out to the 38.
Nice decision.
Heck of a
kind of
run
makes
there.
a read there, little fake. He's still surrounded by 3 Grangeville defenders and gets out. He's slippery.
That was a 23-yard run for Mr. Ripley.
So we got a first down, Josh. I mean,
that was our first in a while.
I don't believe the Dirty Dog deal was for a first down. I think it has to be a touchdown, though.
It's got to be a touchdown.
Okay.
Oh, pump fake. Heavy pump fake. Gets a good block. He's going to create. Probably picks up about 2 yards on the run.
Not a bad.
Maybe even 4.
Yeah, not a bad play there. I mean, he definitely didn't see what he wanted to see and kept his composure and turned that into a positive.
It almost seems like he's kind of made the decision to take this over himself.
Yeah. He's definitely been more demonstrative on this drive. We'll have to see.
And I can appreciate the willingness, but you're going to have to get your other teammates involved to dig yourself out of this hole. There's still a lot of time left. Option pitch.
Going left now. We're going left.
Skylar Britton turns the corner. Maybe gets a yard on the carry.
And that wasn't bad play design. Just that left side did not hold much at all, so there just wasn't much room.
Well, when you run a read option play to the left, when you're on the right side of the field, you give the defense just 2/3 of that half a field to work with.
Yeah.
And you're hoping that your offensive line is going to get out and block for you and cover a lot of ground. Unless you have that guy, that lightning quick guy who can turn and cut up field, you're asking a lot from your offensive line. Ripley Luna, pocket collapses, and he's going to get brought down back at the original line of scrimmage here.
He initially had time. He had a good look, and then it didn't last long.
And at this rate, 6 minutes, 45 seconds left here in the third quarter. You start kind of looking at this.
That was the left defensive end there. Just caused so much havoc there. That's number 44 again. That's where the pressure came from Luna.
Yeah.
It was
And this right here has been the
Lindsley.
bane of the Wildcats' existence. And he gets the punt off this time, and this actually showing what the Wildcat special teams are capable of.
Yeah, like this is what would have probably, Josh? The tone of the game would be 100% different if we would have done that.
I mean, I think they have two drives. They have two scoring drives that they've created on their own merit. But then they have 17 points that came from high snaps, putting the Wildcat defense inside their own 15. So take 17 off of that 32, and you're looking at, a 15-6 ball game?
Yeah.
And that changes the tone dramatically.
Yeah. A lot of that's a little bit of misfortune, and a lot of that's self-inflicted by Kellogg,
Wildcats
too.
miss a tackle there, but fortunately,
Nice fill, though.
Brody Hoffman coming over on the rebound there. Makes a good hit after, the running back ran into, I believe, one of his own guys holding a block. Bounced off.
Actually, somebody shot in there. Who was that? That was, I can't see that number. 40. Who's 40?
Austin Miller.
Austin Miller shot that gap and just blew that play up. That was impressive. We thought it was their own player that he ran into, but that was Austin Miller.
And on the rollout here, making the business decision, and he's going to be tackled for a loss.
So the Wildcats defensively, at least till now, if they can do this one more time, have come out and made a stand. Being very, very disciplined and assignment driven, that's been good stuff. Austin Miller on that right, just shooting that right defensive end, coming in there, blowing up that play was really a game changer, or at least a possession changer. I won't say it's a game changer yet.
Roll out here. Fires over the middle, wide open. And all that work for nothing.
That was a good catch, though.
Good catch, good throw. Terrible coverage by the Wildcats there. Just left the back end wide open.
Yeah, he slipped underneath there and just kind of found a little spot there in the defense, and throw and catch. If you execute, that's going to be there.
He's been the favorite target of Lefebvre there. And Lefebvre just put that ball right where it needed to be. And that's Lindsley again.
Yeah, he's been all over. Lindsley he's just a one-man wrecking crew.
I just read. So they've got names on the side here. And I thought, not only is he the defensive end or defensive line and tight end, he's also the cheer coach. No, that's just the way they have the names.
That's just how they have their
I was like,
multiple duties.
Wow, this guy is impressive. He is also the cheer coach. Impressed by this. Back there. There it is.
There's a pick right
Travis
there.
Lohr. Go get yourself a beer, ladies and gentlemen. Travis Lohr has taken this one to the house.
He's in. Pick 6.
My goodness, and that is enough to
That's a momentum changer there.
gets the blood
that's
pumping
good
a little
stuff
bit.
right there, Mr. Lore. Get yourself some. Let's take a look at that. That is Mr. Lore making a great read here. We got a pressure on the quarterback. Nice job by Lore just stepping up on that throw to the flat.
Yes.
That's pure athleticism right there.
And once again, for those of you watching, go to the Dirty Dog Saloon.
There we go.
Mention Wildcats Live.
What if they're in the Dirty Dog Saloon and hearing
if
this?
you're in the Dirty Dog
Can
Saloon,
they say Wildcats Live?
just say, hey, I'm watching Wildcats Live. I want my $1 off my draft beer.
There you go. You're welcome.
Go get it now.
Nice
Wildcats
job.
going for 2 here.
Wildcats with a little bit of punch back here. Good to see. That was a great defensive play.
They can cut this to an 18-point deficit if they can get this to go here.
Nice camera work by Ty Cheney, too. We got all of that.
Oh, goodness. Ripley Luna on the rollout finds his receiver caught.
Gosh.
And who did we have there? Austin Miller.
It's Austin Miller again. That guy's starting to just emerge.
He's starting to heat up. Wildcats down by 18.
Let's go back
4-20.
again and let's look at that interception again. I mean, just Lore. He sits in the flat and has his head up.
The pressure
and
from
just,
that defensive end, though, really created that for him.
It did. It made the throw a little early, but Lore sat on it. He was there from the – that's just a great defensive play all around there. Nice job.
And now, trailing by 18,
we'll take that.
You have to figure that the Wildcats are – I mean, they're 3 scores out, but 3 scores in a football game is as quick as an interception return, a good stop.
Yeah, you know, like you're back in the conversation. You know, you're back in the neighborhood. You got confidence. You just did a pick 6 on the guy that's been lighting you up all night. I mean, you know, you got a little spring in your step again.
You got a pick 6 after you blew a 3rd and long.
Yeah.
In what potentially could have been the backbreaker of the ball game.
Yeah, and I got to adjust the score. I have not been having to adjust Kellogg's score for a while.
Oh yeah.
So I gotta get on the scoreboard here.
32-14, 4 minutes, 20 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Wildcats kicking off to the Grangeville Bulldogs.
Nice little Friday night fight here. Two really competitive teams. Grangeville, a perennial power.
Good kick there by Brody Hoffman. And Lefebvre taken down by Austin Miller.
Austin's just he's got some got some energy.
We got accustomed to the Miller level of energy last year with Brandon Miller, his older brother. Austin seemingly carrying on that proud tradition. But Brandon was as fiery as they come. Yes.
Intense.
Inside handoff.
Wildcats got to play some
Gotta
good
plug
defense
those.
here.
Good tackle there by Colby Luna.
But I mean, the bonus here is Grangeville's not on our goal line. They're at their own 30. So
this might be the first possession they've had that they've started on the other side of the field.
I mean, if they march down and score, they will have earned it. But they have not been given it this time.
Right.
So that's a big key here.
There's a real big hole here. Counter play from the Bulldogs. Goes for maybe a yard. 3rd and 2.
Big down here.
Yeah. Potentially big down for the Wildcats. Colby Luna limping off the field. That's something to keep an eye on.
I think he was gimped up the play before, and he stayed in. So we'll have to see how that develops.
Inside handoff again, and they're going to get the first. Ball swung wildly out there.
Yeah, that was a pretty aggressive run there.
Enough to more than get the first. 1st and 10 from the 46. 3 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Wildcats would be best served to get the ball back in their hands before the end of this quarter if they're going to make this comeback a reality.
You've got to have stops. You just can't trade points at this point.
Ooh, play action rollout there. Ooh, we're going to get a block in the back. That one's coming back. That's fine.
Let's see if we can see where that happened.
I knew exactly where it happened. I believe it was number 18.
So we got a little throw to
18 catches it.
18 catches it, and looks
And
like we got 19.
there.
Yeah, 19. That was really not even necessary either. A lot of those aren't though, are they?
Yeah.
They just don't have that. You just can't stop once you got full speed.
From the spot of the foul.
That's a big help to the Wildcats.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Makes it 1st and 12.
That'd be Reese Weimer. He just couldn't. And it's a game of seconds. It's just hard to pull up on some of that stuff after you practice and practice and practice.
The Wildcat defensive front is getting eaten alive, and they're leaving. I don't know if they're just leaving this whole section of the field unchecked for a reason. If there's supposed to be a linebacker there, that was no way were they set there.
I don't know.
See a
Grangeville's
replay on
really
that.
taking advantage of tempo there, though. We can do a replay of that. Here we go. Yeah, it looks like they're set, just barely. Not by more than a second or so.
Yeah.
But that's good discipline.
1st and 10 now for the Bulldogs from the Wildcats' 44-yard line.
Which is better than
And
our
they're just
goal line.
QB keeper.
Yeah, it might be. I think it was my decoder. Sometimes we're still learning.
Still learning.
We're still kind of. We
Second.
got wires everywhere up here,
Second
Josh.
and 8. Counter play. Oh. And the Wildcats just not breaking down to tackle. KJ Walker on the pursuit and can't get to him, and a touchdown for the Bulldogs.
And that just might be some fatigue for Kellogg, and that might be a nail in the coffin right there.
Yeah.
Ty ran out of real estate. They went all the way down to Dirty Dog Corner there. We're going to have to extend the camera out even further there. Well, let's go to replay. We can at least get how that play broke open.
And it's the same play they've ran all game long. As soon as the ball is snapped, he comes around.
A little pull, two pulling linemen. And we got Kellogg guys falling everywhere, and we got a good block there. I got to maybe extend my replay out a little further. But yeah, that was I mean, you can talk about the Wildcats missing tackles and just not making a stop, but you got to give credit to Grangeville here. These guys, this offensive line is quick and athletic. You got two guys pulling to that side. I mean, sometimes you just gotta tip your hat to the team that's executing better.
Yeah.
And Kellogg, aside from that first drive, and of course the pick six, but aside from that first drive, they have not executed.
No, it has not been a successful defensive outing for these Wildcats, who had been able to hang their hats on their defensive ability. And the field goal is blocked by Lohr. He finally got one. Travis Lohr working his tail off for the Wildcats here tonight.
That's actually so good to see kids just not giving up.
As a sophomore, too.
And we're going to replay that because we're going to see him just get off the edge, get a jump. Nobody touches him. He lays out, and he's got a piece of it. Nice job there, young man.
I know he would love to create a little bit more magic here in the backfield. He's got to get the blockers up front.
Yeah, he's got some moves, and he does definitely like to shift back and forth, but somebody's got to give the guy an alley.
Yeah. Hold your blocks. Hold your blocks. Give him some space. Do something. Because the current situation, they're just not giving him room to work. Wildcats going to get the ball back.
Gosh, once again, City of Kellogg and School District Maintenance, this field looks great.
Yeah.
Just really good stuff. It almost looks artificial.
Yeah.
Nice and green and full.
Teeters Field is just one of the cooler venues to play at.
It
here
is
in the
great.
area.
I mean, it's almost too bad we can't have a view of the grandstand. We're on top of it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the field itself, just great job, guys. Craig and crew and
we split the field with
crew.
the football field split with the baseball field. It'd be cool if we had more stands on that other side.
Yeah.
Oh, another good kick here. Lohr gets under it. They're daring him to make a play like the one he's making right now.
He is. He's dangerous.
He is more than willing.
He is almost at midfield.
He is more than willing to try and put these guys on his back.
This guy's a playmaker, I'll tell you.
Yeah, big fan. His sister, I believe, is Kendall Lohr from Wallace, volleyball player. We talked about her a few nights ago when the Wildcats and the Miners had their volleyball match at Andrews. He's a Kellogg athlete, though, unlike his sister.
Odd that, it goes through my mind, like, just what kind of a cool synergy it would be to have a Kellogg-Wallace combo athletic program. There's so many good athletes between the two of them.
Luna takes a snap, fumbles it.
He kind of bobbled that snap. That wasn't a bad snap.
And throws it almost into the eager hands there.
I mean, just count that incompletion as a blessing right there.
Colin Gochner there. Just it was his interception to do whatever he wanted with, and I don't think he was quite ready for the ball to just be thrown right at him.
And I don't think that was a bad snap in defense of the center there. I think Luna just kind of got a little antsy, and he probably saw something. He was probably just so anxious to make a play that he saw that just didn't let it develop and didn't take care of business. But
KJ Walker not getting the attention I guess I expect to see. Colby Luna here going to get some space on the outside, pick up the first down. Ball popped out of his hands.
Yeah, after he hit the ground, it popped out. It was kind of weird how it popped out.
It popped out and went over him, back into the hands of the guy that had been pursuing him.
And the guy caught it and was like, "Oh, hey,
what do
look
I do
what
with
I
this?
found."
Where'd you come from?
Nice little pitch and catch there, though, by the Luna boys.
Yeah, first and 10 for the Wildcats here.
That's been the theme. Like, it's there when they execute, but the mistakes and the field position have just hurt.
Oh, Ripley with room to work. Fires one deep. Oh, and just overthrows his brother. Had his brother and Austin Miller kind of there for the waiting.
Yeah.
And just overthrew him by just a hair.
Kind of two-layered route there. They had two guys, one deep and one kind of cross. Yeah, just couldn't get there.
37.6 seconds left here in the third quarter. Wildcats, if they want a shot at this game, I would say they have to score here.
Oh yeah, you need points on every possession now.
Yeah, no empty possessions here.
And they do look better. Second half, they have done some things that, I mean, we're not sitting on our own goal line, so we set ourselves kind of a low bar to get over, but we're there.
Overthrown and intercepted. Lefebvre, why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, he's been all over. Did that get was that mishandled? Was that did that get tipped?
No, I believe that was just a poor throw.
Let's see here. We got to go back and look at this and see. He had time, which has been pretty rare. He had some time. He had some backside pressure, but he had time to fire.
Just threw behind his
receiver.
receiver.
Behind his guy, yeah.
Who was the intended target there?
Looked like number 12.
Number 12. Travis Lohr.
Yeah, I think it was Lohr.
Trying to get the ball into the hands of the guy who's been their best playmaker. And that is just a kick right in the gut.
Yeah, it is.
Lefebvre rolls out, has his man. Good hit there by Colby Luna.
And thankfully, Grangeville is going to go to the pass because the inside run for 7 and 8 yards a pop isn't good enough, so they're going to try to pass it. So we'll take that.
They've grown bored.
I mean, there's really not much they haven't done well all night tonight. Just a well coached and good execution by this team.
When you play well and execute well and are given opportunities, short field opportunities like they've had, we're getting a flag though.
But Josh, maybe the running is, they've got that down. They're like, hey, we've got a plan for the rest of the season. Let's work on, some other stuff. This run works every time. We're going to have to work on some other things.
So a holding penalty backs Grangeville up. First and a few.
First and a little bit.
I think first and 22. There's that little counter.
Little cross, yeah, little cross back counter.
And the refs will blow it dead right at the 45-yard line. that'll end the third quarter. So at the end of the third quarter, Wildcats trailing Grangeville 38-14. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after a brief.
A fervent Kellogg Wildcat supporter based in the heart of the historic Silver Valley and North Idaho, NASCO Industrial Services and Supply delivers world-class materials and service to the world's top mining and industrial operations. NASCO Industrial Service and Supply is a full-service agency including logistics, procurement support, and construction, built to serve the industries that make modern life possible. Day in, day out, they propel many of the world's largest industrial and mining companies to meet their production and financial milestones. Wildcats Live and Wildcat Activities thank NASCO Industrial Services and Supply for their support. Visit them online at nissglobal.com or call 208-783-0361. Go Wildcats! Located at 6600 North Government Way, ACI Northwest is the premier heating, cooling, and electrical company in the area. With more than 85 years of experience, they provide their customers with total home comfort and complete peace of mind. They do this through their commitment to professionalism and a written, unconditional, 1-year, money-back satisfaction guarantee on all residential installations. Call ACI Northwest today for excellent heating, air conditioning, and electrical services. The crew at ACI want to remind people that this time of year, furnace maintenance is important to ensure
And back to start the fourth quarter of 5 from the 45. Lefebvre under center, drops back, fires up over the top, has KJ Walker. Walker almost had the interception, could have been an offensive pass interference. Great coverage there by KJ. And that would have been that's a missed opportunity for the Wildcats there. The interception for points there would have been a welcome change of pace for these Wildcats, who just have not been able to complete a drive since the first quarter. 3rd and 25, Bulldogs ball. Inside handoff, fake, thrown deep. Colby Luna goes back, gets the interception, and then drags the receiver 5 yards. So Wildcats take it back. That was almost as good as a punt for the Bulldogs.
little arm punt.
It was 3rd and 25, chucking it deep. I mean, the one thing that we know is that Grangeville could have probably put the ball on the ground and picked up at least 14 yards there.
Yep.
On those 2 plays. Their running ability and running capability has been outstanding, whereas the Wildcats' ability to stop it has been suspect, to say the very least. Wildcats having some severe personnel issues here tonight. Guys not knowing where they're supposed to be or when they're supposed to be on the field. Usually one of the deterrents of having a young team. Ripley Luna rolls out, throws the ball right back. Interception number 3. This one's going all the way back. We can't get in there for that. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And the rich get richer.
Yeah, it looks like, talking about sniffing out plays and sitting on routes and quarterback under pressure.
Just watching the eyes. And who was that there?
That looks like 35.
Number 35, that's Caleb Frey for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they are just bringing the hammer.
My goodness. And just a tough outing for these Wildcats, playing their first home game of the year.
Yeah, they've been on the road pretty much all season.
They've been on the road.
Or canceled.
Yeah, they've had 2 games already canceled, St. Mary's and Orofino. So this would have been their 3rd game against 2A competition. Now it's only their first, and it will likely be their last, because I believe after this they move into Intermountain League play.
Mm-hmm.
Where they have already played 2 of the 3 teams from their league. They
played them and
played them well.
Played them well. I mean, yeah, that road game on Bonners was not. It was a great matchup, and
Wildcats, if they just
they
hadn't
gave
given
up that special teams play, right?
Yeah, that opening kickoff, man. They allowed Bonners to score in the first minute and the last minute. That was all it took. Just bookended by some good play there.
And so then the Priest River game that they played, that was on the road, but that wasn't an IML game.
No,
it was just a game with an IML opponent.
Due to COVID-19 shutting down a lot of the sports and all the sports over in Washington, the games that the Wildcats usually play early season, they usually have St. Mary's on their schedule. The Lumberjacks elected to start at their school and their sports later. And then all of the Washington schools canceled their sports. So usually the Wildcats will play St. Mary's and then one or two Washington schools before they move into Intermountain League play and a couple matchups with the Grangevilles and Orfinos of the world. Looks like Skylar Britton going to take this one out to midfield.
That was some rumbling and bumbling right there.
Yeah, that wasn't so much speed as it was incredibly long strides.
Yeah.
He was picking up 2-3 yards a step.
That was a big man rumbling there.
Wildcats, Ripley Luna needing to kind of wash, I think, some of the taste out of his mouth from that interception.
Yeah, we're going to have to see if they can steady themselves a little bit. Like you said, we're thin. So you got guys that are tired. I mean, in last-minute substitutions, guys getting dinged up and hurt. Let's just see if they can find a little rhythm here.
Out of the shotgun, fired over to KJ Walker.
And that's some rhythm. That's what we're
block,
talking about.
Gets a good block, gets to the outside. I think enough for the first down.
I mean, that's where you see the skill positions of Kellogg kind of come out and shine a little bit.
Yeah.
They are not short in the skill positions.
No, that actually seems to be one of the disparities from years past, where it seems like we've had some size, but not necessarily talent at the as much talent at the receiver and quarterback spots. Good block there from Lado, and Ripley Luna's just going to get swallowed up. I think he was looking deep, hoping to see one of his receivers, and he had James King wide open on the right side of the field. I just think he rolled out to his left and was unable to make a throw to that back to that other side of the field.
And you can tell, like, when he gets tackled, he's just frustrated. These guys see what they want to do. They're just they're just not working out right now.
Colby in the flat. Oh, breaks a tackle. Off to the races. And he's going to get into the end zone.
There's a nice little pitch and catch by the Luna brothers.
Second touchdown for Colby Luna. Second passing touchdown for Ripley Luna.
We're going to get another look at that. Nice little move there. Broke a tackle and then got to the outside and just nobody could catch him.
Gosh, the score is just so... I don't want to say... I don't want to do Grangeville the disservice of saying it's not indicative of the quality of play.
Right.
Because
it's not,
Grangeville has turned their opportunities into points. I think the big issue is the Wildcats gave them... basically spotted them the field position for 17 of their 45.
I would agree with that, and I always don't want to make excuses because I always want to respect, like, Grangeville just has a great program, but Kellogg just really kind of handed it to them for about a quarter and a half.
And we're going to get too many men on the field on the Wildcats. So the personnel issues continue.
Yeah, I think when you're that thin and you got guys doubling up offensively and defensively, and he got a long touchdown there, you got a winded guy or somebody got nicked up, and somebody didn't remember to go in. It's just it's challenging. It's just a lot of logistics to be worked out. But
you take those 17 points off the board.
Yeah, we got ourselves a ball game. 20, Kellogg's standing toe-to-toe with these guys.
Right. You're looking at a 28-20 ball game as the score stands now. Dumps it off. We got a flag on the play. Not sure what that was.
Let's see if we can see what happened there. That's like a holding on Kellogg. We'll see where that might have happened.
And that defensive line just blew up our offensive line. Didn't even give them a chance.
That was a breach dam right there.
But the
Well,
body,
we got a touchdown, so we're not
touchdown.
gonna dwell on that. Unfortunately, I gotta update my points. This is something I don't normally do. We got
45 to 20.
45 now.
45-20. Grangeville on top of Kellogg. 10:40 left. Still a lot of time for that score to change. Both teams have shown a proclivity for putting points up rather quickly. The long sustained drive has not necessarily panned out for either team. In fact, if my memory serves, the initial play or the initial drive from the Wildcats went 7 plays.
Yeah.
And I think that was our longest scoring drive for either team.
Yeah, it has been.
Because most of Grangeville's drives have been either quick scores or short field situations where they haven't needed but 3 or 4 plays to get in.
Yeah, we're 2 of Grangeville's initial possessions inside our own 10.
3 of their first 5.
3 of their 5. Yeah, I was going to say they've benefited, and to their own credit. I mean, they created that, but
the Wildcats shut them down on their opening drive.
Yeah,
in fact,
they did.
Pushed them back about 20 yards. After they had scored, I think everyone thought that this was going to be a different ball game. Grangeville returning this one here. Gets out to about the 26, fighting for yards.
pretty good pursuit there by the purple.
And we've got a flag on the play.
We got somebody down here.
I wonder
That's
if
55.
That's Otto Sharp. He's limping right now. I'm wondering if we're about to get some sort of
Yeah, personal foul or
personal
something.
foul. And that the person walking away there was Dane Lindsley.
Who has been all over the field
Yeah.
all night tonight. Ian Lefebvre. You know, I appreciate this this referee, this white hat. I can hear every word he says.
Yeah, and it was a personal foul.
Yeah. Otto Sharp just kind of, he was slow to get up like a boxer getting off the mat, but he's back.
They have him off the field now.
I don't think we we only got one camera, guys. We don't have the sky cam. We don't have another angle.
We
But
don't have a sideline reporter.
not yet.
Wildcat stacking this left side of the line again, almost daring Grangeville to run right where they ran the ball
That's
to.
where they're going to take it.
I don't. Again, I talk when I commentate. I don't talk from a point or place of experience here, but I guess I just don't understand stacking your line to one side.
The left slant, yeah.
It just kind of cracks me up a little bit.
You never know. There could be something in the scouting. There could have been something in the or just maybe something that you have as a strength, like you're just trying to steer them that way. You just never know in something like this.
And this has been my first time watching the Wildcats from this point of view. This press box is spectacular for seeing everything very much as it is.
Yeah, you definitely can see just stuff develop all over.
Wildcats about to get hit with another 12 men on the field penalty. With this hurry-up style offense, trying to run a sub off the field is just not a good idea, and it just cost the Wildcats some yards. Giving up some freebies here. Too many men on the field.
Yeah, you are not in a position to
you can't be running your subs to the far side of the field.
And you can't be giving Grangeville second opportunities.
Right.
They don't need them.
Valuable seconds continue to tick off the clock here for the Wildcats. Grangeville with a 1st and 5. Febre fakes the handoff. And, Travis Lord drops interception number 2. Had it in his hands, might have even thought about the goal line, and that might have been what caused him to drop it.
Laura has been everywhere as well tonight. I mean, we might as well recognize some of these guys that are like Laura playing both ways.
Yeah, Ripley and Colby might have connected for 2 touchdowns, but Travis Lohr has been phenomenal. Oh, goodness. A drop pass there.
Yeah, it was a little high and outside, but still there. Yeah, could have had it.
3rd and 2 now for the Bulldogs in what started out as a short short yardage situation has now turned into a, I don't want to say an important third down, but a third down nonetheless. The Wildcats haven't had many of these opportunities.
An interesting third down.
Interesting third down, but they're going to hand it off to that trusty fullback who
oh, boy, he rumbled. What's that, 8 yards after contact? That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and the Wildcats' inability to stop that is just upsetting.
I mean,
to
but
watch as a Wildcat fan.
That's a big load. That's a running back with purpose. He keeps those feet moving.
And the Wildcats are not big up front.
No.
We'll take it for what it's worth. Lefebvre rolls out, has his man.
That guy's got some quicks.
Oh, he's got some wheels up the sideline, and he's going to score.
These guys are scoring in our corners of
that's
no
Jared
coverage.
Lindsley, I believe the younger brother of Dane Lindsley. So whereas Dane is the brute size
Kellogg
of the family.
sent some guys on a blitz and then just left their secondary exposed.
Yeah.
And you miss on that guy, and it's a touchdown.
It was 6. 51-20. Things just not falling the Wildcats' way. And we can only make that 17-point excuse for them so long.
Yeah.
Now they're giving up. They're giving up
beyond the
drives.
17. That's for sure.
Yeah. Not a competitive score any longer. We're gonna get a penalty here. Still trying to see who that's on. Grangeville gonna kick.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what that was there.
And he'll, some little extra physicality, but the kick is good. And I wonder, with the score being what it is, do we see maybe
Do we see Reed Wildcat at quarterback?
Does Reed Wildcat get a few minutes here to just kind of keep him sharp?
Well, he's the few tastes that he's got, he's stepped up. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to see him get a little bit of action
And
here.
with no JV season,
Yeah.
these are kind of the opportunities you strive to give your players.
Especially
that are
as you're
younger.
saying, if you're going into what you hope is a stretch of IML league play, you want to give some guys some reps.
The really frustrating part for the Wildcats here is due to the RPI nature of the playoffs now for the 3As and the fact that they've had games canceled.
Yeah.
And then, going 1-2 in your non-conference schedule, there's a good chance that for them to even sniff the possibility of a play-in game,
right,
they're going to probably have to make a run through the league. And we know they can beat Priest River. We know they can play with Bonners, but there is always that very large question mark that lives up in Spirit Lake.
Yeah, the perennial.
We got him a couple years ago for the first time in a decade, about the only time in a decade. Skylar Britton drops the ball, able to pick it up and get a couple more out to about the 27.
But Josh, you talk about Timberlake, and they have had they've had a good decade and a half or 2 decades of just great athletics, and especially when they're sports of number. But you've got a school of Kellogg that barely gets to 300 students.
Yeah.
And you've got Timberlake that's been north of 600 for, I don't know. I'm going to say
the biggest school in our division.
I'm going to say 10 years. They're one of the largest 3A schools, and that's not an excuse. But they've got bodies. They've got good coaches and good programs as well. But I mean, they've just got tons more kids to draw from.
And it's the ebb and flow, the natural ebb and flow. For every Timberlake football team, we've had a Kellogg basketball team right there to remind them who the power in the Intermountain League has been. Our volleyball team has kind of turned the tide in that regard as well.
Yep, they have.
So it does balance out. While it might be frustrating if you're a specific sport fan, Ripley Luna.
I think it manifests itself in the sports where large numbers and bodies more population benefits, track, baseball.
Yeah.
They have boys and girls soccer. I mean, when it comes to just, and I'm not
They have
saying they're
enough
not
players
athletes.
to have a boys
Yes,
soccer team
it's bodies.
and a full football team.
Yes. I mean, when you look down at the Kellogg bench, there's maybe 10 guys down there that aren't playing.
Right. And that might just be because they're freshmen,
Yeah.
because they're hurt, because they could be sick. Nice catch there by Austin Miller. There's a lot of reasons why they might not be, but none of them, I can almost 100% guarantee you, none of it is for a lack of effort, because when you only have 24, 25 kids, the expectation at practice, the expectation everywhere is that these kids are having to work all the time, because you might have guys playing spots that in any other school,
Yeah.
you're putting a 6 foot, 180-pound kid on your offensive line?
Yeah.
Good luck. Okay.
Yeah. And there's a late substitution again, as we've been.
Yeah, Wildcats
Kind of
having some
commenting on.
severe personnel issues tonight. On fourth,
But a
Brody
good
Hoffman
snap.
gets a good kickoff.
That's
Deep
a positive.
kick. Takes a couple good Wildcat bounces. And will be marked down at the 24-yard line.
And heck, we could have used. I'm going to say we could have used 3 of those in the first half.
Gosh, isn't that the truth? That would have changed at least you're down 32. 17 points no longer is an excusable number, but you have to imagine the emotional and the mental toll that digging yourself into such a hole
Yeah,
made you feel. I mean, they went into the half down 32 to 6. So they've still been outscored 20-14 here in this second half. But it's just felt like such a more competitive game. Shoelace tackle there.
And I
by Austin Miller.
misspoke. Josh, I misspoke. We have a whopping 11 players down on the sideline. And I don't know. I saw some jerseys. I didn't count helmets. We've got 11 guys, and that's without a JV program.
Yeah. And there's some freshmen.
And I count 11 guys within 10 yards over on the other sideline. So times that by 3, they've almost got 30 guys on the sidelines.
Yeah.
So, that's a big deal.
We have to print our guys' names in a much larger, bolder font to take up a healthy, respectable amount of roster page. Whereas we had to shrink those down to about 7 for the Grangeville side. That obscure little counterplay, once again, we're going to get a hold.
I guess on the same token, though, if you were to apply the same logic, which I'm going to do to myself here, Grangeville's 2A. They've got about the same number of kids we do, and that's the bunch of kids they've got out for football. So, there's the other side of it. There's a nice, strong, healthy 2A.
We see that at St. Mary's a lot,
We
too.
do. That's St. Mary's is the same way.
These kids, and through Central Idaho, really through Central Idaho, the football craze is infectious, because you look at those 8-man teams in the White Pine League, and people will tell you that the White Pine League is one of the premier 8-man football leagues, not just in the state, but in the region.
Yeah.
Decent punt here. End over end. Oh!
You're poison. Get away from that
Almost
thing.
bounces off Austin Miller, which would have just been a travesty.
Of course, we got the Bulldog commenting in here, and he's not wrong. I'd rather someone else toot that horn, but Kellogg's been battling at the 3A level as a small 3A and rather dominant in golf.
You know what?
So,
we didn't make it that far. We didn't make it to the spring sports yet. We were talking winter.
Exactly.
The golf side of things.
Golf is, we've not had that we've not used that excuse for sure.
Coach Kenyon can put his bias away for a second.
He can.
I don't blame him, though. The level of success the Wildcats have had at golf. Nice pitch there to
Is that
Skylar
Reed
Britton.
Yergler?
Reed
Walcott. Reed Yergler. Reed Walcott, he has entered the game, so we're
Number
good
3.
there. Yeah, number 3. Nice little left-handed pitch there.
And Reed can chuck the ball. We saw him in a stretch up in Priest River go, I believe it was 6 for 6 en route to a touchdown.
Yeah, didn't hesitate.
So right out of
and I
the
think he
gate.
fielded a bad snap on one of those and scored on it.
So some of these young guys getting some really important minutes right now.
And that's good. I mean, it's good to see. Get these guys some reps.
Reed again on the option. Oh, cuts back in. Making plays.
Nice little football move there.
And he's going to pick up the first down.
And his dad's going to kill me if I didn't capture that replay, but we're going to try it. We're going to see what he did here. Oh, we got it.
Is Nate hanging out at the Dirty Dog?
I think he's down in the bleacher. He might have gone up for a halftime libation, but he's in the crowd.
Shout out Nate, our curriculum director at the Kellogg School District.
That's right, Nate Wildcat.
Big fan of Nate. Big fan of Reed, though. I think I like Reed more than Nate. Oh, Reed, pocket collapsing.
Yeah, that was just...
Welcome to the big leagues, Freshie.
Yeah, that's not how we drew it up.
It's okay. Your sophomore counterpart has been on the receiving end of that situation a couple different times tonight.
Yep.
There is no shame. The only shame is in not trying. So give it another go. We've got, who do we have out there at receiver right now? Because it's not
83.
We got 83,
He's
88.
in the slot.
None of our guys are. Oh, what a dime there!
There we go.
And
Taking
that
advantage.
catch by 81. That's Luke Froelich, a junior.
Well, nice to see some fight in these. The 8 guys we have that were on the sideline getting in and playing, and nice to see some spunk there. That's a nice throw by.
That's a good throw.
Wildcat just kind of slung it out there. Is that slung? Is that a word?
Slung.
He
slung it.
He
Slung
it out there. I don't
Flung?
know. I mean, it had some velocity on it. That's all I'm going to say.
It was a dart. Uh-oh, bad snap.
I don't think my
Dumps
wife's
it off.
watching, so.
Oh, good move. Good move. Keep going. Ramsey Rainio making some plays.
Heck yeah, these guys aren't.
They're marching right now. That's another first down, I believe. Wildcats making some plays here. Under 3 minutes. You know, to be honest, I would love to see them put the ball in the hands of Ramsey a little bit more.
Yeah.
Anyone familiar with the Rainio family knows that when they're big, they're strong, and they're fast. Hunter, his older sister, might have been one of the faster human beings that I've ever seen. Oh, Ramsey
just outside the reach there. That was a good idea, though.
Went through his whole progression before trying to dump it off there, and I think Ramsey kind of thought that he was going to make the play to the left side of the field, so he stopped running his route, started watching to see if he could help the play on the other side, only for Reed to turn around and think he was still running and put it a little too far ahead of him. Second and 10 here for the Wildcats.
Definitely some energy here, huh?
Yeah.
Just these guys coming in like, let us have a shot at this.
Takes a snap. Has a guy. Oh,
he had that seam.
He threw it.
Really did.
He had the right guy, and he makes the tackle. He pays for his mistake.
I think this was not a bad throw. He had a guy there.
The guy was
I think
calling
a guy
for
made
it,
a
too.
play. Look at he's calling. Yeah, he is calling for it.
He's calling for it. So he put the ball where it needed to be. His receiver, I don't know if his receiver just thought he was more open than he was, or his receiver didn't make a play on the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But he called for it, and I guess when you're the quarterback and you see a guy saying, me,
I got to say, that wasn't a bad throw either. He zipped that in there. That's just a great defensive play.
That was a good defensive play.
Yeah, it was. Unfortunately, the Wildcats are once again on defense, but maybe they've gotten some rest. Unless we are going to go with the young bucks on defense as well, then they're going to get a taste of playing both ways.
Yeah, putting some of that youth on defense might just might lead to something. Who knows? 2 minutes, 27 seconds left here in the ball game. It wouldn't hurt to find out. I mean, at this point, what are you playing for?
Hey, I'm proud of number one. I respect Grangeville for. I mean, they have just been consistent and
consistently great at the
yeah.
level.
They've just been competitors. But I'm proud of Kellogg too. It's 52-20, but like you said, the first 2 or 3 possessions after that touchdown, they spotted them field position, and there's no quit in these guys in purple for sure.
No, they've played admirably, and in fact, against any other opposition that they've faced this season, their mistakes, they would have been able to dig their way out of the hole.
Yep.
But this Grangeville team, not only do they, I mean, you have to imagine that they can do 11-on-11 scrimmages every day if they want to.
Mm-hmm.
They can't do that here in Kellogg. There is no way to practice for real-time game situations. So you have to deal with, what you're given.
That's right.
New quarterback in the game. Little option there.
And I don't get the feel like, sometimes you watch a game and you're just kind of like, they're just, I don't want to say out-coached, but sometimes they're just out-coached. I don't get that feeling here. I get the feeling that, Grangeville's got a few more numbers and some guys that, they just keep coming in waves. I don't feel like it's a lack of strategy. I feel like it's a lack of bodies and numbers, but it feels competitive to me.
Cody Clement, the quarterback, freshman quarterback here, going to get brought down as he tried to roll out with the ball.
And you can believe, if you even mentioned this when I talked to you, you can believe that Dan Davidian, that guy's he brings some really, really good energy. And you can just imagine he's not gonna hang his head on this.
No.
He's gonna have these guys. He's gonna make them learn and help them learn from it. And I just think it'll bode well going into league if we can get there.
Clement takes the snap, fires one, complete.
He took a shot.
Oh, making some plays. Receiver changed hands with the ball. Spending a little too much time looking behind him.
The quarterback,
Cody Clement.
Cody Clement, he takes a shot here, but man, he delivers.
He still delivered the pass.
Just kind of stepped right into it. He's got pressure from the edge and up the middle, and his receiver had two guys in the vicinity, so just kind of a lot of breakdowns there for Kellogg, I guess.
And
but
the receiver there on the catch, Cash Harris, a sophomore, who also plays quarterback, running a fake jet sweep. I tell you what, I thought that the playbook that Grangeville was using in the first half wasn't very deep, and they were only running about 3 or 4 different plays.
Yeah.
But, I'm watching freshmen running counters, jet sweep fakes, things like that you just don't see many freshmen running.
No, and it might have just been, sometimes football, it's a chess match, like you're going to run a bunch of stuff to set it up for later.
Yeah.
And they didn't really need to do that because they had a really good field position. So
Grangeville takes a knee.
And that's probably going to do it here.
And with the no shaking hands rule, a lot of the players getting their
little fist bump or handshake. Like I'm going to tackle you, but then I can't shake your hand later. So here.
So your final score, Grangeville 52, Kellogg 20. Tough out for the Wildcats here. They fall to 1-2 on the season.
Feels like they played more, but they haven't, right?
They haven't. They've just lost a couple games that they usually would have had. But tough outing for the Wildcats. A lot of good lessons learned by some of the players here.
Yeah, and some good stuff too,
I think they'll grow from it.
Kudos to Grangeville. Thanks for coming up, and that was a pretty impressive display of offense and defense and special teams by your team. So
wanting to see kind of what's on deck for the Wildcats here.
I'm going to give you a couple minutes to look, Josh. I'm going to go with the alma mater. We're going to let that play here, and then we'll be back with the closer.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Josh McDonald here alongside Simon Miller. Wildcats falling to Grangeville by a score of 52-20. Tough outing for the Wildcats. Spotted the Bulldogs about 17 points or so. But, Wildcats, nothing to hang their heads on. Learning experience. They made some plays. They showed some promise. They're still kind of getting familiar with this playbook.
They're young.
Ridiculously
we got some young guys in skill positions that just stepped up.
Ridiculously young.
Good stuff.
No one older than a sophomore found the end zone for the Wildcats tonight.
Yeah.
Colby Luna, 2 touchdowns from his brother Ripley, and sophomore Travis Lohr with the interception for a touchdown. So, really young team. Nothing to hang their hats on. Wildcats have next week off, so that'll continue this string of game, week off.
Yeah.
But they will be at home on October 9th when they host Timberlake in what should be their homecoming game. So we will have that game live for you.
And we'll probably be live with some volleyball in between there. We just haven't checked our comprehensive schedule, but as far as football goes, we're looking at a couple weeks out.
Yeah, 2 weeks before our next football game, we will cover our homecoming festivities like we always do. Always a good time, but we will for sure be having some volleyball matches. But yeah, that's about it for tonight, I think. So.
Yeah, there were some bright spots, Josh, but credit to Grangeville. They made the trip up here, and the weather was kind of nasty for a bit, but they hung in there and just punched us right back when we gave them our best. So good job to them, and congrats on that. So, and still proud to be a Wildcat.
Absolutely. Well, for Ty Cheney and Simon Miller, I am Josh McDonald. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful night.
Go Cats.